Hello. In this video we're going to be factoring these trinomials, but we're going to try to use grouping in the process of doing this. Now when we talked about grouping previously, we had to have 4 terms in our polynomial in order to do grouping, and that fact remains true still. So here's how we're going to attack these. To factor number 1, x squared minus 8x plus 15 by grouping, we're going to find numbers that multiply to make 15 and numbers that add to make negative 8. So numbers that multiply to make negative 15 include numbers like 1 times 15, 3 times 5. Those are it. They multiply to make 15. But none of these add to negative 8. They all add to positive 8. But what if I put negatives on both of them? So negative 1 and negative 15 still multiply to a positive 15. Negative 3 and negative 5 do the same, making positive 15. And now we notice that these right here will add to a negative 8. And so what I'm going to do is rewrite this polynomial, x squared, and instead of minus 8x, I'm going to change it to a minus 3x, minus 5x, and then plus 15. We should notice how this should be the exact same. Negative 3x and negative 5x sum to make negative 8x. And then we'll do our grouping. So I'll group together the first two and the last two. From x squared minus 3x, I can take out an x, leaving me with x minus 3. From negative 5x plus 15, I'm going to take out a negative 5, leaving us again with x minus 3. And then what's in common when I pull out my common factor here is x minus 3, leaving the first term with x and the second term with minus 5. Okay? And so that's the factored version of number 1. We can test this by doing our FOIL process, x times x, x times negative 5, negative 3 times x, negative 3 times negative 5. And then if we combine our like terms here, we get our minus 8x. So check, all good. Let's try number 2. Same basic process for number 2. We need numbers, though, this time that multiply. So this is a minus 7 and this is a 2. 2 times negative 7 makes negative 14. So we need numbers that multiply to make negative 14 and then add to make 5. Things that multiply to make negative 14. 1 and negative 14, or negative 1 positive 14. Both of those multiply to make negative 14. 2 and negative 7, or negative 2 and 7. And that's it. That's the end of my list. So of those, which adds to make positive 5? And it's a negative 2 and a 7 that does so. So we have 2x squared, and I'll rewrite the 5x into a negative 2x plus 7x minus 7. And then let's go ahead and do our grouping. So group these and these. From the first, I can take out a 2x, and that's x minus 1 left, plus from the second, I can take out a 7, and x minus 1 left. And so x minus 1 is in common, leaving me with 2x plus 7. And so that's the factored form for number 2. Alright, and number 3 is back to where we kind of started here. We need numbers that multiply to make 36 and add to make 15. Things that make 36 include 1 and 36, 2 and 18, 3 and 12, 4 and 9, 6 and 6. Of those, which multiply, or which of them add to make 15? That's 3 and 12. So I'll change this x squared plus 3x plus 12x. 3x plus 12x makes 15x, still plus 36. And we do our grouping. These together and these together. The first 2 has an x that can come out. The second 2 has a 12 that can come out. So our x plus 3's are in common, and the leftovers are x plus 12. And that's the factored form for that one. Okay, so we're going to be doing this grouping to factor trinomials in class. For now, we're done.